How are you guys? Welcome back to Wargaming China. Today we're back at the Drive on Kianwan Station, and I wanted to illustrate today how a campaign has gone a little bit skew with for me. Now, I've been doing the Shanghai 32 campaign, January 28th incidents, and this is I think my 5th scenario for that battle. And what I've found is, as I've been campaigning and marshalling my forces and husbanding my ammunition and replacing my losses, I found that by this time of the stage, my Chinese army, forces on my table, are too much for the Japanese. So, although we have the geography right and the topography right as close as we can get it and the weapons on the table, because of how the previous scenarios have gone on the roll of the dice, by the time we got to this scenario with the campaign system I've been using, the Chinese are too powerful for the Japanese, especially when we add in the armoured train. So I don't know how I'm going to fix this. I don't know how I'm going to split the forces up and do the other scenario. But it does show you that how you can get the geography right. You can try to calculate your forces so that they're at the same ratio. But the dice and your own decisions themselves throughout the war game are going to affect the campaign in ways, well, I didn't expect it to affect it this way. So as you can see, I've got the Chinese army here. They're backed by an armoured train. They've got, I think there's 3 20mm Oerlikon AA guns or infantry guns for the Chinese. There's 2 75mm, and all of this has been husbanded from the previous games. So even though the Japanese have got the aerial advantage, the naval bombardment advantage, when it comes to actually fielding the same forces as what happened, a brigade, Japanese, they don't have the firepower to break through. So I'm going to have to look at the campaign again, and perhaps I do have to do the northern drive that I didn't think I would have to do. Or I could reapproach this. So just, there you go. I mean, you can try to be as historically correct as you can, but as soon as you start rolling the dice and you're making decisions, not the general, things will change. So what I'm going to attempt to do now is I'll either enlarge the table. I could enlarge the table to give the Japanese more room for manoeuvre and to weaken the Chinese firepower just through range, or I could reduce the amount of Chinese firepower available, which would be a shame because, I did build an armoured train for this campaign. Or I can widen the table. I don't really want to increase the forces of the Japanese because that would be unhistorically correct. I don't really want to make the artillery they have and the naval bombardment they have any stronger than it already is. And you see that's heavily affected by the wet ground again. So a campaign. This is my first campaign. I've been a wargamer for 25 years, but this is actually my first attempt at a proper historical campaign. And this is the first time that I've realised what's happened, because the other games have all gone according to the historical outcome. So this, with the Japanese armour, is historically correct. The armoured train hasn't really tipped the balance because I've destroyed most of the stuff. The Oerlikons and the AT guns have been so effective that I've really just put the armoured train on the table now show you that the Chinese could have even more fire support. So there you go. There's the problems of doing campaigns. They require more effort and more of a thoughtful layout and process than I thought. So there you go. There's me. Just a quick one today to show you what I'm doing, what I'm working on. So I'll try to get the scenario to play. And if you guys want to leave me a few messages, any tips or anything you might like for the next video, that'd be great. If you want to press like, that'd be great. If you want to subscribe, that'd be great. So this channel is Wargaming China, where we talk mainly about the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression from 1931 to 1945 in China, where the Chinese soldier fought for the least, with the least, for the longest. Thank you.